Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So new TEC GENUS cards, TG from, what is it, all the way back to 2012, so that's more than 10 years ago. They got more support, and this new synchro monster, one of the few support cards they got, it's kind of broken. Luckily it's for TGs, but it's a really strong monster, basically a soul charge. Plus attack stats. So short set, like now the deck, it plays pretty much the same. At least it has the same, goal, I guess, to special summon multiple synchro monsters during the same turn. I feel that with this new support, like TG as a super combo synchro oriented deck, it kind of feels the same as Red Dragon Archfiend, with the structure deck. And again, very similar choke points or choking points where, one Imperm or one Ash could stop your combo in your tracks, for example. So as you saw, there are some going second cards, going first cards, obviously, in the main deck. I'm looking at Soravis, right? Stuff like Imperm, Ash. This is definitely a deck you want to main deck cross out because of, one Ash could stop you in your tracks. If your opponent, now knows how to play against TGs, as in they have to target that new level 5. So what do the new cards do? They have a new, let's start with the level 2 tuner. It's very similar to Formula Synchron, so it gives the deck the capability to synchro summon during your opponent's turn, Calamity. And at the same time, it searches one of the TG spells and traps, or traps. Basically, most of the time, you'll be searching either the continuous spell that makes your TGs on field a machine. That's important because of one of the new ones. It gives a new one, that level 1, a monster reborn effect. And it could pop something. It's basically a true Draco field spell built in as well to search one TG from your deck. So one of the new combos here is that you're not making calamities or calamity in a normal way, as like leave some synchros and then during your opponent's turn synchro summon. No, because of the Crimson Dragon and this new one of the new support synchros, you just go for the Crimson Dragon and during your opponent's turn use its effect to call for a calamity during their turn. Ah, yes. So sadly, yeah, that's one of the, at least going first, still one of the weaknesses of the deck is that, sure, they got some extra deck monsters, some synchros, but it's missing some good negation cards. Sure, that new synchro, the level 12 one, the one I had just in my extra monster zone, it picks, it pops, sends extra deck monsters from your opponent to the graveyard, or banishes them, more so. Plus, you could once per turn special summon a monster that was banished by the effect, or was banished as a whole. It doesn't really matter. It could be, used for extending your synchro summons as well. But more so, as you saw in the combo, now you have the capability to, let's say, banish a synchro monster on your field, and then trigger the trap you just sent to the graveyard. Very similar to Salamangreat, right? Where Gazelle sends one of the traps to the grave, the counter trap. Basically, this deck does the same. As soon as your synchro monster is banished, you can get back that, that trap from the graveyard, which is basically an omni negation. So here in this case, yes, like before, you had that, the link 3 that, special summons one from deck, from hand, and from graveyard to basically keep extending your plays. Like with this support now, I feel that this new Link monster is definitely still a one-off in the extra deck, but it's not your main to-go-to combo, at least I feel now, for the deck. You just, you want to focus on synchro summoning first, and of course Hyper Librarian is there. Nip is a big counter for this deck, obviously, but again, that doesn't really change or won't change the core strategy. Go for synchro summons first, as you saw, and that's where the continuous spell comes into play. Destroy a monster on your field, free or empty up any of your main monster zones, and then make your level 5 synchro in the extra monster zone. So that's basically a big soul, like here, a big soul charge for 5. It can reborn any TG, including Hyper Librarian, including the level 4, level 5 tuner, to get something back because it's summoned. It's really insane. It's a super comeback card as well. But again, it's also one of the choking points of the deck. So again, very similar to Red Dragon Archfiend, where you also wanted to hit, the level 5, I think, or level 6, the level 6 dragon. Yeah, so whatever, right? It's game either way. So the thing is okay, going second. I still feel Dark Ruler is needed, because of this. Triple Imperm also. I was thinking of maybe not main-nicking hand traps. Could make your opponent's talents life, etc. But Let's say if you're going first and you can get off your combo with Hyper Librarian, get off a couple of draws, then it's, you know, super optimal to draw into those hand traps. So again, this is again a fantastic field. Without Dark Ruler, I don't see these deck winning. So again, one of the bigger weaknesses of this deck is to play through multiple interruptions. It's very hard for this deck, as in prevent them from, you know, like get rid of your TG normal summon, then it's already very hard to keep continuing your plays. Unless, of course, there's the continuous spell that gives you the extra normal summon. So, but you know where I'm going to. So 2 interruptions left, I think, 1 back row, and we see the Ash in hand. So let's see what we can do. The extra special summon, tribute the new Lone Fire Salamander, I believe the name is, to special summon a TG from deck, which most of the time will be your level 4, which is the Debris Dragon Ride, which opens up the level 5 synchro play. So keep extending, and I think the Warwolf definitely was needed if it wasn't the Imperm there. Again, just keep Imperm for your level 5 synchro, and then it's probably... well, the game would have been a bit different, because again, I would have been able to search a continuous spell, get an extra normal summon, but, I mean, against this deck, just keep your negation, if I don't have Soravis, keep your Imperm for the synchro short set. So keep establishing my board. This new, well, Dragonfly, as you know, like send back it's basically a desynchro. It's kind of needed because of this combo with Librarian, more draws, and gives you Blaster, the new one on field. Make a small mistake here. I just should have attacked over the, what is it, the token, I guess, and then Fenrir, whatever. And then, you know, because you can banish extra deck monsters on both players' fields up to twice per turn, depending on, you know, how many non-synchro, what is it, non-tuner monsters you use, so twice basically. I just, you know, would have given my opponents the turn, and then immediately during the draw phase send those other 2 extra deck monsters to the graveyard, you know, get rid of them, and use Imperm on the last unicorn that at the same time blocks the continuous spell as well, Birth, so that was instantly game, so it doesn't really matter. So okay, going second again, this is an okay-ish hand. Also on the new spells is this one, Break Limiter, I believe the name is. It's an iffy card. It's a card that says that if your opponent ashes you, you'll be in a tough position. It's there are some archetypes that have like a very similar card. So activated, discard the card to search 2 TG monsters from the deck. It's very straightforward, but again, it's kind of minus, obviously, if your opponent again ashes you. Thing is that if they ash that, they might have less answers or options to interrupt your level 5 synchro. So give or take. So anyway, let's see, this was a big one, the pop, yeah, I can still extend though, right? Send the trap, still use my extra normal summon, no, pop one of the monsters first, and now all my monsters on field are machine type because of the continuous spell, so I can use that reborn effect of Salamander, you know, go for the synchro, but I get nipped here, I think, yeah. 3 interruptions is just too much. Even more, right, if it wasn't for the Baron, and now it's basically game. There's no comeback after this. So Nip is just a bane to this deck's existence. But yeah, it is what it is, you can't have everything, right? So what is the deck still missing? I feel some in-between levels, some other TG monsters, some other levels, since sometimes it's quite awkward to synchro summon in this deck, because there's only like, what is it, level 2, level 5, and level 10, level 12. So maybe some in-between levels, level 4, level 7, level 8 maybe, but who knows, it might be one of the reasons why, you know, they maybe won't give TGs that to not make it that easy. So that's something that might, you know, improve, could improve. Maybe a field spell? They don't have a field spell, no, maybe a better, you know, like a field spell, a searcher, something that negates, something like that. A link monster, maybe? Like before, I was running TGs like years ago with Helki, right? Because again, that link only needs, what is it, effect monsters, but that counts Helki and TG Striker. yeah, right. So something like that, maybe. A link to extend, I don't know. But more protection is always definitely welcome as well, so we'll see. So extend my board, again the very similar combo, if not the same combo as you saw one of the previous duels. Finally there's a reason to use Blaster, and its effect actually comes in use immediately during their draw phase. Banish Blaster, again this triggers your level 12, special summon the monster you banished, and then during the next standby phase, that standby phase Blaster is special summoned again, and then quick synchro, go for Crimson Dragon, you know, tag out for Calamity, and that's almost game over, but again, you have so much fuel left. That spell in the graveyard, the continuous spell, sets, potential cards in hand, you're able to, you know, draw during the previous turn. So short set, this is still TGs, but the synchro is really scary, and I'm not so sure if they're getting more support. Maybe because the deck is still missing some stuff, but it's just kind of a scary deck. But again, it reminds me of Red Dragon, and you know, Red Dragon got more support, continuous spell searcher, more traps. So we'll see. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leave me signing out. Peace.